So guys, a couple of years ago, I met Andre. And he was at the event, and it was awesome. He was sharing his experience. But the better thing I didn't learn at his keynote presentation. The best thing I learned at the bar with him. So after this, he taught me a couple of questions that was a part of a process called Spartan Method. He said that following this process, I could be able to achieve like greatest results I've ever had with a very small effort. Like no sales page, no landing page, no video sales letter or automation, and charging 2 times more, 3 times more, 10 times more than what I used to charge. And of course, as you right now, I didn't believe a single word he said. But you know what? I had nothing to lose. So I said, hell, why not? I'm gonna try it. And here's the craziest part. I tried, that shit works, right? And there are some things that are good, there are some things that are not that good, and there are even things that are very good, like awesome. And I even learned a new word in Russian. Because at first I only knew like spasiba, доброй ночи, and пожалуйста, and things like that. So today I learned another word. Some people are gonna judge me and won't like it, but I'm gonna say the word anyway, okay? Since I'm Brazilian, I'm a foreigner, I have an excuse, okay? So this Spartan Method is not good, it's not awesome, it's more than that. So Spartan Method is bueno. So you guys got it, right? So sorry for the bad words, sorry for my French. I mean, that thing worked, okay? Let's get hands-on and say what does it consist of. So instead of using sales page or whatsoever, only thing you need is one form. You can either pick like a Google Forms, you can pick SurveyMonkey. Probably there is a Russian service for that too. There are other like Typeform. It doesn't matter. You just need to put some questions and collect the answers. You know what? If you really hate technology and all this stuff, who here hates technology and tools? Okay, if that's really terrible for you guys, you can just send the questions on the email and ask them to reply back the question for you. So that's to put the objective, so I cannot do it away, because everyone here can do this like tonight. So 3 steps, right? The first is crafting the offer. The second is sending the form out. And the third would be the selection in the interview. So about the offer, I'm probably not the best guy to share with you guys right now about the offer, because you're already following. So you can just follow what you've been already doing, like all this day, right? But there's one thing, since it's very exclusive and you're offering something that's not for many people, very exclusive and VIP, so consider you can charge at least 2 times more to 2 times more to 5 times more to 10 times more. Get it? You're gonna charge like high ticket, something that you wouldn't believe you'd be able to sell. But for being able to charge this much, you must be able to deliver. So you should package an offer and offer so much value for that, that when you tell your wife or your husband, they'll say, are you really gonna deliver it all? Got it? Like, really? Are you really gonna deliver? Yes, I am. That's it. Listen up. For your people, for your crowd, for your audience, you are the celebrity. Are you getting it? The thing you can give them to provide the most value is yourself. It's your time. It's your caring. Okay? Someone can be a higher celebrity than you are. It doesn't matter. But no one can out-care you about how you care. Do you guys get it? Do you?
Yes.
Okay. So, chill. It's gonna be fine. You're good enough. You're more than enough. It's not about you being like exclusive, but you serving them in a higher level. And most of the times, people don't buy the VIP thing because they think you are VIP. Most of the times, they get the VIP package because they see themselves as VIP. So it doesn't matter how much you're charging right now. There are some people who wouldn't ever buy your thing or service by the price you're charging right now. But if you were to charge like 10 times more, they would pay just because of the price. You guys get it?
Yes.
So let's go straight after the offer and get straight to the sequence of questions. Because for me, here's the magic. Because if you nail the questions and the process of interview, you can sell it like crazy. So here's the deal. Those are the questions, right? The first, when I sell it, I'm selling business coaching, actually business mentoring, which is kind of doesn't matter. So on my case, my first question is, tell me a bit about your business model and what's going on. So what's the idea of that first question? It's like to have a concise way of understanding what is their image right now, what they're going on like right now at the moment. So if we're like in a different niche, you ask something related to what are they experiencing right now on their journey to the success they want to have. And even though you ask them to be concise, it's important to let the field of answer quite big so they feel free to write. Later, you're gonna see that the more they write, they are more eager to buy. For instance, who do you think are more eager to buy? Those who say, well, I'm interested in creating an internet business. Or the people who write, oh, I'm really interested in creating this because we used to be in a job and it wasn't paid well. I really want to change somehow in my career. Normally, if they write more, they're more invested. Yeah, because before they give you their money, they give you their time. So when I see like short answers and very straight to the point, that won't convert. And so keep that in mind. I'm gonna go back to the stuff on the third spot, so that's good too. But we're gonna go to there in the third spot. Right on the second spot, let's get our attention to the question, right? So the first, overall situation of the person. Second question, so why do you think this opportunity is the best fit for you today? So what happens is that on the second question, they start to sell themselves on why is the opportunity great for them. And on this answer field, you understand their fears, what they want the most, and why do they think actually that's important to them. How many follow? Okay, great. So third question, you ask, why do you think amongst all the applicants, I should pick you as a client on this opportunity? So how many of you guys understand what happens on this? You get it too. So people start selling themselves to you. You should pick me because I'm decisive. You should pick me because I'm an action taker. You should pick me because I have what it takes to work with you. So they need to hustle to get to you. You get the reversal of the thing? Mm-hmm. Now you don't chase anymore. You're not the hunter anymore. You're being hunted. Fourth question is safe. I know it's not an opportunity for everyone. So the price to take part at this is, and then you put your price. Normally I put two prices. One, not like Andre do, like two different tiers, two different prices. It's the same package, but there's a difference if they pay up front or if they pay in installments. For instance, in my case, one of the programs, I charge 12,000 up front or 3 of 5,000. So that would be like 12,000 up front or 15 in 3 payment installments. And here's the thing. What do you think I want the most? The 12,000 or the 15,000? Who thinks it's 13? Raise your hand. It's 12,000, sorry? Yeah. Who thinks it's 15? Raise your hands. Because 15 is more, right? I want the 12. Why? Choosing 15 in 3 installments rather than 12 up front, not always, but most of the case is an indicator that they are like risking their limits, like they're on the limits. Are you getting it? It's an indicator that they're in a stretch. Are you getting it? By the way, nothing wrong about being on a stretch, and I totally understand, I totally get it, right? No. But since you can select, and that's a selection, why would you select the people who are struggling to pay instead of those who can pay? Make sense? So that's the fourth question. And there's the fifth question too. And the fifth question is this following. For instance, when I'm offering, that's a 6-month program. On my case, on your case, that could be like a 2-month program, a whole year program, 1-day event, it doesn't matter. So my question is, after 6 months, when you look to the past, what should have happened so that it was worth it for you? So that's the question. So, in other words, what is the desired outcome of this opportunity? And that's it, that's a form. I'm gonna tell how to use it and stuff, but do you get, it's a simple way question, right? Hey Victor, I'm considering doing that to my list, but I'm gonna add one more question. I'm gonna modify it so that it fits better to my market. No! Don't do it, okay? Remember what I said. I didn't believe him at first, and I tried and it worked, but I tried the way he taught me. If you modify the thing and it doesn't work, hey, Parabellum, try it didn't work. And he's gonna ask, you did exactly what he thought? And then you say, yeah, I did exactly, but with some modification. That's exactly not exact. Okay, so if you wanna modify, okay, modify a year from now. Just do it as it is, make it work. And then you change it. And it doesn't only about, like, it doesn't apply only to Spartan Method, but everything he's teaching. All these frameworks. You feel like a whole day feeling. Who here felt at least once today, oh, my market is different. You felt like this, right? How many more? Only there? Only him? Okay. Oh, that thing might work for him, but for my people, I'll change the wordings and stuff. My advice is exactly what he said, because if it doesn't work, at least you have someone to blame. Right? But most of the times, you're gonna see that if you follow through, you're gonna get results. Okay? You promise me?
Yes.
One thing that I didn't share is the way you send the question to people. And it pretty much doesn't matter. I've seen and done this on email. I've done that on my live events, passing a sheet of paper, a normal sheet of paper, it works like crazy. I have a link on my website. When they click, they go to the form. And there's something I've never done, but I've seen people doing, and it works too, that is posting a Facebook post with the details and the link to the form, and posting some ads to that. Like, yeah. Me personally, I don't like that approach that much. Me myself, I'd rather sell this kind of VIP stuff for the warm traffic, the hot people who've been following me like forever and stuff like that. Okay, do you guys get it? But the interview process is very important.
No.
So the first thing, the way Andre does now is the scheduling and other people calling. The way I do back then, and I still doing like every month, like for 4 to 5 years consistently, and it keeps giving me the results I have. Perfect. So there are some hints, because I've been doing these like things. First thing I do, I don't schedule a call. I call whenever I feel like. And then I say, hey, it's Victor. What do I expect? Surprise and happiness in others. Hey, really, Victor? If something other happens, that's kind of a red flag, right? Because since you position the offer as something exclusive, the right people understand. If you frame that in the right way, things like, oh, I'd love to talk to you, but now I'm kind of doing some other thing, they're probably not that. My advice, don't lose this. I understand that our situation is situations. So what I do right now is that if it happens, I say, okay, my virtual assistant is gonna follow up with you. I don't call again. Why? Because amongst all those years, I've seen people stopping reunions, like meetings, important meetings, stopping their cars. I'm doing wrong, but I'm gonna stop to talk to you. Again, this system is about choosing and cherry picking your clients, the best ones. So you pick the best. You don't pick those who don't see you as a priority. And chill, because the interview process is very calm. You say, hey, and you tell them, hey, it's gonna be a very easy, calm, and quiet call. You go like from 10 to 15 minutes, no more. And why do you say that? You say that to frame the way they should behave. Because if you're open and all the stuff, that 15-minute call can easily get to a 2-hour consultation craziness thingy. So that's not the idea. The first thing, you put the time constraint. Not easy and soft way. So I'm gonna talk for 10, 15 minutes, and then I ask one question that is not on the form. Hey, how did you came up to me, to my company, to my business?
Мне интересно, как вы меня нашли?
How did you find me? And I shut up and listen. But I listen, paying attention, and taking mental notes, or you can either take like notes, really, actual notes, to see how interested and how familiar they're with your content and yourself. Is gratitude. I try to see whether any of my free content or events or whatever, anyhow, already deliver some value to them. If somehow they're already grateful for something I shared with them. Because if they are, they're more eager to be a good fit. Okay? So that's the added passion. When I do that, actually what I'm doing is trying to feel their vibe and energy. That's some other thing he's saying. So here's the thing, you try to, have you ever called someone you didn't met before, like first call, and then you just realize you guys like each other. Maybe it happens more in Brazil than in Russia, but it also happens here, right? Because I was learned to not smile that much here. I'm gonna keep my smile. Okay? I like it. Anyway, don't smile at people at the streets. Well, I will, holding my smile. Anyway, so, and on the other hand, have you ever talked to someone and you don't even can explain why, but the energy doesn't feel like, I don't like that person. It's okay to sell a book or a digital product to those people. But it's totally not okay, totally not okay to share your time and effort in getting together for 6 months to someone you don't like. Who here got a client once that you didn't like that much? Okay, and who here, it's normal, it happens, but who here renewed, let the client buy again from you? Yo. Shame on you then! The first time wasn't your fault, but you did it again. I'm gonna teach you an easy way to never do this again, okay? When they come,
Когда они приходят,
you say,
вы говорите,
thanks, but no thanks. Easy.
легко,
Nothing happens.
ничего не
Life goes
происходит.
on and it's happy. Promise me? Anyway, so here's the thing. After that first moment, it's like 2 minutes, 1 minute. You just get if they're grateful, and then what do? You follow your questions. The same questions you ask. Oh, and then if they say, oh, are those the same questions on the form? Say, yes, because some people write in a way, and when I talk to them, they want a totally different thing. You're allowed to tell them, yeah, I ask again, because now I can see how you say, how you answer. And you're gonna see that some people are very congruent. They speak what they wrote, and some people say totally different things. Are you sure you're the same guy who filled that form? Did I call the right person? But it happens. Anyway, so you're trying to get this, but you try to get the tips when you talk to them. And then you go to the first question, the second, the third question. Always you ask the same and wait and listen and try to get hints. Either you should take them or not as a client. And it's okay, because like dancing or maybe kissing, you get better with time, right? So your first interview probably gonna suck. It's okay.
Это
Let
нормально.
go and keep them.
Ничего страшного,
Okay.
продолжать дальше.
Next. And there's a hint. Only question about the money. And you say, oh, you only call people who said yes. Okay? On this method. Or at least you start them. On the interview, they already said yes. Say, oh, just like as a reminder, it's 12,000 up front or 3,000 up 5. How is that investment for you today, you and your company today? And they already said yes. And then they're going to say yes again, right? And then I go a bit deeper. I ask, is this kind of investment something that's going to put you in trouble? Or maybe you need to borrow some money or sell your car or something? Or maybe put you in a situation that you don't have enough money for you or your company on a monthly basis? Why do I do that?
Почему я это
Because I
спрашиваю?
really don't want to mess with people who are in a fragile financial situation.
Yeah.
And I even tell them, hey,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
asking
no.
this kind of question because once a girl said, oh, I have the money, I'm going to sell my car, I have the money. And then I said, I honor this, your decision, but I won't take it. And here's why. There's nothing wrong about you selling your car, but the people I want on this program, I want them to be calm and okay to do what they're going to learn and put into practice. And if they, because the kind of answer you want is, no, I have the money, I'm going to transfer it right now. I can pay on the credit card right now. Because you want those who are 100% okay with it. And on my case, I charge a price that is not easy to pay. They feel uncomfortable because if it wasn't like uncomfortable, they probably wouldn't put it into action. But still, I charge a price that's achievable for the people I'm targeting. So for them, it's a stretch. It's probably not for them, and it's okay. That's why I have other programs, more cheaper. Even if that's the case, your free stuff. That's something I learned with Andre. It's okay to charge high if you have lower stuff for those who cannot afford to start, so that they get ready to the next thing. But what if they don't have money even to the lower? Okay, that's why you have all your free content. Go to that free content, put that into practice, and then this, and then call me again and you have the results. And it works. I've been doing like.
И работает как часы.
And not only it works and it's very good for me and for my company, it's also awesome for them. It's the best way to serve them. So it's not about closing people on the phone. It's about from a place of love, figuring out whether or not they're the ideal clients you can help. And here's important. I've denied dozens of people. Maybe once or twice they got upset.
Yeah.
It's okay. They would get even more upset if I took them as clients. Because when I don't deny considering or thinking about me and my best interest. I accept or deny a person based in considering their own interests. And important, that's nothing related to altruism or being an angel, even though I'm a good guy. It's just because I realized that when I put my client's interests above mine, that's the best for them and for me too. How many follow? Okay. So following the questions structure, the next and last question of the form is, so what should happen after 6 months? What's the results you expect to get? And stuff. Here's the thing that when Andre taught me, for me that was hard. And I cannot even say that I always followed your advice. The ways I didn't follow, I regret so bad. So here's the thing. It doesn't matter what the goals they say they want. Even if it's something you know for sure that you can deliver. Even if something that's for you, it's easy. It doesn't matter. You lower the expectation. For instance, one of my first mentorship clients, his name was Bruno. One of the first that I did the interview and stuff. And then I said, so what's your income goal? What do you want? And he said that by the time it was a two-month program. And then he said, I want to make 100,000 on the next launch. 100,000 Brazilians, that would be like $25,000. And I've helped people to do that. But what did I say? Hey Bruno, what if instead of getting 100, we work together and you get, let's say, 60,000. How do you feel about it? His answer, like, that's a true story. It's not fictional. That's what happened with Bruno. He said, oh, I'm completely okay with that. I'll see what went wrong, what went right, and I'm gonna do my best to get together and do it again. By the way, I took him as a client because that's the kind of answer you want to. And we worked for 2 months, and he didn't get the 100,000. He got 140,000 on his first one, and he was so happy. And I knew that if he got less than 100, he'll be happy too. Because Bruno is a good guy, and he gets his head, his brain, his head in place. I don't know if that's in other words, he's not crazy. Some people are crazy. Here's the truth. Some people, when you ask, oh, what if you don't do the 100,000, you do 60,000? People say, no, I want 100, or 100. And then you say, okay, I get it, and I won't take you as a client. Thank you. Spasiba. Right? Because, why do you think I do that? Because if they're not taking your advice, in that moment, if they're not being coachable, before they pay, why do you think they're going to be coachable after they pay? Remember guys, this process is about choosing your clients, picking only the best. So one thing I want in my client is auto responsibility. Is that a word? So if they don't show auto responsibility, I don't take it. And here's the last thing that's very important too. See that there was no pressure. Now you have 2 possibilities. Some people do something, after that, despite the possibilities, you say that you accept them. So considering your form and considering this interview, I'd like to tell you that I accept you in the group. I'd say you're in. You're in. See, she's smiling. See, she's smiling. Man, I say you're in and wait. They are supposed to express happiness. Because if they don't,
Если нет,
that's something wrong.
что-то пошло
Something wrong.
Что-то не так совсем.
This like 5 years or so, I've been doing this like very consistent. I had like maybe 3 to 5 cases that people said yes, I accepted them, and they flicked. They disappeared. They disappeared. It might happen. It might happen, but if you do it right, it won't happen. Most of the times, it won't. All the ways it happened, when I said, okay, I'll take you as a client, instead of hearing all this, I said, yay, that's great, that's awesome. I heard something like, okay, apprehensive. And then I already knew they would fail. So after time, you start to getting good at feeling people and understanding. Just keep doing and you're getting better. So now 2 possibilities. In Brazil, I don't know how it's going to be, but some people say, so I'm gonna pass the call to the finance guy. I don't like it because it's a bump. It's a fun. It's a possibility of loss of communication. And what it communicates, most of people that do that is they don't deal with money. That's the finance guy. I won't get my hands dirty. Do you get it? money is not dirt. I deal with money. Do you have some for me?
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say here is that for me, money is normal. I get this habit. It's a habit.
Yeah.
Always get better at this habit. The habit of getting paid. That's a muscle. You understand? You have certain beliefs and
Imagine what
that
worry is
stops
to
you
keep
from getting all the
up
money
with
you
you.
entitled to, right? So I decided that I don't want to treat money as an objection or something dirty or something wrong. And actually, I don't even have a financial administrator. So I don't know in Russia. Andre told me that you guys use the card too much. In Brazil, to higher values, normally they don't have limits on the card. So what I say is the following, the exact following. So that's what I say. So you're in, they clap, they are happy, and they say, and here's God gonna follow. Here's the following step. I don't have no formality. I say that on the phone. I don't even talk about contracts and whatsoever. I just say, I have no formality. What I'm gonna do is I have a Command C, Command V, copy and paste, copy and paste.
Yeah.
I tell them I have a copy and paste here, and I'm shooting this right now to your WhatsApp, SMS, or Facebook Messenger, or whatever the communication I had with them earlier. Are you seeing that on your screen right now?
Okay.
And are you seeing that right now? And they say, yes, I am. And then I say, type it downwards, type okay, or something, just for me to know that you saw it. And then say, okay, so, I mean, in Brazil there's a saying that the ball, we play soccer a lot. So I pass the ball is with them, right?
Yeah.
And then I say, that's my bank account info. You can make the transfer today or tomorrow. Send me the receipt and I'll send the invoice and you're already in the group. Here's very important. The tone of voice is very calm and I'm not closing. I'm not saying, you must pay today or tomorrow. No, don't start the details. You make the transfer today or tomorrow. As soon as you get me the receipt, I give you the invoice. And that's it, nothing more. That's all you must do. Guys, I've been doing this like for 5 years. So my income this year is a bit higher than $500,000, which for some people might be a lot. For some people might be low. I don't care. That's the amount of money that makes my life possible, living like limitless, whatever I feel like, working only on Tuesdays, whatever I am. With only 3 people on my team, you can apply what I taught you guys and what Andre taught me. You can either do nothing with that or millions. I decided to make millions. That's what I did in the last 4 years. And I hope you guys decide the same. Спасибо.